Howdy everyone and welcome back to more Fruit of Grisaia. In the last episode, Amane was teaching the girls how to use makeup, and we're still continuing on with our little lesson here. So, kind of decided to watch in on and see how everyone really turned into a pretty respectable little classroom.
Hi, 30分.
30 minutes.
それじゃあ、みんなの上達ぶりをチェックさせてもらうわよ。
As the timed alarm goes off, Amane returns to the lobby after a half-hour absence. Having completed their instructions on the finishing touches, she decided to hold a little examination at the very end to evaluate her students' capabilities.
なんとか形にはなったけど、教えられた通りにできているかどうか。誰でも最初はうまくいかなくて当然なんだから、そんなに緊張しなく。そうよね。というわけで、同意してくれた榊さんから見させてもらうけど、どう？自分でうまくできたと思う？一応習った通りにやってみたつもりなのだけど。あ、すっごく上手にできてるじゃない。ユージもそう思うでしょ？
It's pretty good. You're right. It's a really nice light level of makeup. Not unpleasant to look at.
よかった。じゃあ次は不安がってたみちるね。テーマはザ・ツンデレなんだけど。
A little heavy on the lashes there.
どうって、あんたこれまつげいくつつけた？
a couple dozen.
ほんの5個くらいだけど。明らかにつけすぎだし、重みで目が半分くらいしか開いてないじゃない。じゃあユージはどう思ったのよ。
The only element that says tsundere to me right now is your hairstyle, to be honest.
継承全否定。じゃあ続いてマキナ行ってみよっか。うっす、お願いします。
God, she looks like a freaking porcelain doll. Not in a good way.
ごめん、これはどういうテーマ？
Child prostitute? No?
私はアマネーの出身地でもある京都に目を向けて京ガールをイメージしてみたのよさ。
私、おしろいなんて持ってたっけ？
これならサッチンが5分で用意してくれたのよ。
ああ、なるほどね。
She's even got specialty makeup supplies in that locker.
でもこれって舞妓さん限定のメイクよね。
Yeah, wander around the neighborhood in this stuff and you're just gonna startle people.
じゃあこのお化粧はなしということで。
Yeah, I agree.
実に不本意な結果なのよさ。
じゃあ最後は一番安心できそうなさっちゃんで。小峰さんの化粧は私も気になるわね。
サッチンはいろんな金型を作る職人さんの間に生まれた娘だけあって、こういう細かい作業は大得意なはずなのよさ。
I see. Growing up around talented mechanical engineers might explain why Sachi can deal with a wide range of hands-on tasks so deftly.
もはや確認するまでもないわね。というわけでさっちゃん。はい、うまくできている自信はないのですが。
What could it be? Find out next. No, I'm just kidding. We'll find out right now. The instant Sachi timidly turns to face Amane and the others, there are 4 simultaneously exclamations of pure shock, and then a long moment of silence. What's wrong? Not her speechless by her skill. She's done that great a job. I'd like to see for. I start to walk around the group to get a clear look at Sachi's face, but Amane quickly blocks my way. Why not?
それはさっちゃんがかわいそうだから？
How bad could it possibly be?
なんでもないの。
For whatever reason, it seems this particular work isn't for my eyes.
皆さん、そんなに青い顔をされ。いや、それはほら。 なんというか。これも化粧のせい？なるほど。お化粧にはそんな効果もあるんですね。今度その方法も教えてほしいです。そうね。あと私まだメイクの落とし方を教えてなかったから、とりあえずメイク落とそっか。それは構わないのですが、まだ風見さんの。いいのあいつにはまた今度見せればいいだけなんだからね。
欲しがる女は疎ましがられるものなのよ。
うん。
In the end, Sachi has been forcibly carted off stage. The exact circumstances remain something of a mystery, but one thing is perfectly clear. Can't take your eyes off our class rep for a second. Or shouldn't, at least. Incidentally, after this incident, Maki and I would never again express an interest in makeup. Interesting.
ちょっとユージ、もうお弁当広げちゃったのにどこ行くのよ。
Nowhere in particular, I just thought I'd take a little walk to latitude 34 south, longitude 58 west or so.
それってどこら辺になるんだっけ？
アルゼンチンなのよさ。
って昼休みにどこまで行く気やあんたは。
Everyone has their whimsical days, right? I'll get you a souvenir.
ほな、本場のドゥルセデレジェでも買うて食べや。
Such hurtful words. It's a weekday afternoon, and here I am walking in a room to the jeers of a woman spurned. Seems I may be something of a heartbreaker. I do appreciate that Amani is concerned about my nutrition, but the thing is, these meals have been getting out of hand lately. Just sitting back and watching the angle coefficient going through the roof is going increasingly awkward. Guess I'll head to the rooftops. Anyway, today I feel like securing myself a place where I can eat in peace.
風見さん。
On the roof, even I eat plain rice balls with a side of baked beans or take a nice siesta. There shouldn't be anyone around to nag me.
風見さん。風見さん。ねえ、ゆうちゃん。
Look, I told you to quit with the name. I turn around and find myself confronting a cardboard creature. There's something resembling a maid uniform peeking out from below the massive boxes, but tragically, given my far from voluminous vocabulary, I can't think of a more appropriate nomenclature.
今日はあまねさんたちとお昼を食べないんですか？
Sorry, but I don't have any cardboard creatures among my acquaintances.
段ボール？
If you're not a cardboard creature, then what are you?
確かに今の私は段ボールと言っても過言ではないかもしれません。
That's what I'm saying.
ですが、厳密に言うと段ボールではないと思います。
That a fact? At a glance, you don't seem to be made of plastic.
いえ、材質の話ではなく、私はサチです。小峰サチです。
Now that you mention it, that voice does sound familiar.
忘れられたわけではないようで、一安心です。
That said, it's also possible that you're an imposter assuming the role of Sachi.
だとしたら、FBI でしょうか。
I'm not even going to ask you why you picked them in particular. Anyway, in order to confirm that you're neither a spy nor the incarnate avatar of cardboard, I'd like to ask you 2 or 3 questions.
バッチコイです。
Excellent. Well then, first question. Did you hear that nickname you just used from someone in particular?
あまねさんが、そう呼べばユージは絶対返事するから、と。
Figured as
他
much.
に質問はありますか？
Let's see, when's your birthday?
9月23日です。
Come to think of it, I didn't know Sachi's birthday in the first place. Oh well. How about your blood type?
王と驚く大型です。
Didn't know that either. Okay, how about the color of your underwear today?
白と青のストライプです。
Why do you keep the underwear in question when it's not in use?
部屋にあるチェストの1段目の引き出し手前側です。
Fascinating as all this is, upon reflection, I haven't asked a single question that I'm actually confirmed the answer to. But judging from this unflinching aura of honesty, and the way every response somehow makes the guy asking no rude questions feel awkward, there's little doubt that this is the genuine article. Very well, accept you as Sachi.
ありがとうございます。
With those polite words of thanks, the cardboard creature, or rather Sachi, bows to me. So I assume you're carrying all these cardboard boxes because someone asked you to.
はい、午後の授業で使う教材を多目的教室まで運んでいる途中です。
I see, and presumably you changed into the maid uniform because you're more comfortable working it. By the way, carrying this massive pile of boxes around must be quite difficult, even if the contents themselves are light. Offer encouragement. And go to the roof for help, Sachi. Let's help Sachi. We don't want to be jerks, right? How about I help you out?
お気持ちはとても嬉しいのですが、これは私が頼まれた仕事ですし。
What, again with this? Come on. I understand that you feel a sense of responsibility, but it's not like anyone's saying that you have to get the job done all by yourself, right?
それはその通りなのですが。
I'll take these. Preempting Sachi's response, I grab a few cardboard boxes from her towering stack and pull them away, revealing the girl behind. Maybe you're reluctant to bother me, but that's all the more reason to let me help you out.
それはどういう意味でしょう?
In this situation, just watching my classmate totter off blindly would bother me a lot more than carrying a few boxes.
なるほどです。
Of course, if you think I'd just slow you down, I can reconsider.
それは心配いりません。私の体は風見さんを欲しています。
Maybe it is, but I think she could have put that in a slightly less weird way. In other words, you don't have any further obligations? Objections? Not obligations?
はい。では、多目的教室までお願いします。
Yeah, let's head there. Can I just pile the boxes up around here?
はい、そこで大丈夫だと思います。
After obtaining Sachi's confirmation, I stack the cardboard boxes next to the teacher's podium. By the time I finished, Sachi has already opened a few of the boxes she was carrying and is beginning to unpack the books and worksheets contained within. What, did they ask you to put all this away as well?
いえ、その指示は受けていないですが、授業が始まれば必ず講師の方がやることになると思うので。
Seems she's deliberately going above and beyond the call of duty in order to make life easier for our instructors. You really are considerate about stuff like this.
いえ、そんなことはありません。
She's a sweetheart. I think that's the last of it.
はい、風見さんのおかげで予定より早く終えることができました。ありがとうございます。
After we finally complete our work, Sachi straightens her posture and lowers her head to me in a polite bow. Not a big deal, but it seems we've only got another 10 minutes until the end of the lunch period.
風見さん、お昼は取らなくてもいいんですか?
Missing one meal isn't a problem for me. I was more thinking about you, Sachi. Can you get through the afternoon on an empty stomach?
私はここで食べようと思っていました。
It's all well and good, but what she plans to eat is something of a mystery to me. She isn't carrying anything like a lunchbox. Come to think of it, it's been a while now since I entered this school, but I don't think I've ever seen Sachi spread out her lunch at her desk. Incidentally, Sachi, do you bring your own lunchbox to school?
もしかして私の食生活が気になってしまいますか?
No, it's just that I don't think I've ever seen you eating in the classroom.
それはおかしいです。私はちゃんと風見さんの前でお昼を食べていましたよ。
Really? If I remember correctly, you're always spending the lunch period reading something or writing in your notebook.
それは困りました。
It's those false memories again. Damn.
もしかしたら風見さんは頭の中で萌え萌えキュンな小峰幸像を作り上げてしまっているのかもしれません。
Sure. What?
私、とどまることを知らない風見さんの想像力が怖いです。
If the day ever comes that such a thought crosses my mind, I think that there'll be the day I would go bungee jumping off the roof of a tall building without a cord. Well, then what are you eating today, then?
これです。
With those words, Sachi slowly reaches her hand inside her uniform at the bust. Oh, Sachi, what do you think you're doing with that hand?
胸の谷間です。
Oh my.
ですが、天音さんが以前、女の子のここは秘密のポケットなのよ、と。
What the hell? Does that woman intend to remake Sachi in her own image? Is this school going to end up as a factory for the mass production of Amane clones? Well, whatever, I'll close my eyes. If you're really taking something out of there, get it over with.
わかりました。
As Sachi nods, I close my eyes.
もういいですよ、風見さん。
When I open them again, Sachi's holding a rectangular biscuit of some sort in her hand. Some kind of off-the-shelf portable ration?
いえ、買ってきたものではなく、手作りです。
This is your work?
はい。オーブンレンジさえあれば、割と簡単に作れるので。
I guess so. At a glance, it doesn't seem to be much more than a baked lump of wheat flour and butter. I see. These are certainly compact enough that a lunchbox isn't really necessary.
しかも、本を読みながらでも、お掃除をしながらでも食べられます。
That would explain why I don't have any recollection of her spreading out a lunchbox at her desk. But if you're eating this stuff every day, isn't your diet going to be pretty poorly balanced? What do you do for vitamins?
それを解決するために、各種サプリメントを砕いて混ぜ込んだものをこちらに用意してあります。
Right on cue, she produces a number of brightly colored shortbread biscuits for my inspection. I feel as though I'm watching a baking segment on some particularly deranged cooking show.
右からセサミ、マルチビタミン、ベジタブル、
Mamushi.
頭虫です。
Mamushi. Mamushi. Pit viper. What? Oh. Aphrodisiac. What? I'm a little curious about what you've got in the one named after a poisonous steak, but first of all, are these things tasty?
そうですね。フランス軍個人用戦闘糧食並みの味にはなっていると思います。
I come perilously close to asking her whether she's ever actually eaten an RICR, but managed to restrain myself at the last moment.
よければ、風見さんも食べますか？
Do you have enough to share?
はい、簡単にたくさん用意できるので、急なお客様への対応もバッチリです。
I'm sure the housewives of the world will be overjoyed to hear of your discovery.
ちなみに、今朝焼いたサクサクくんと一日寝かせたしっとりさん、どちらがいいですか？
What an excruciatingly difficult choice. The two of us sit on the teacher's platform in the otherwise empty classroom, biting into our homemade shortbread. There isn't anything logically wrong with our actions under the circumstances, but for some reason, this feels less like a school lunch and more like a chow break in the middle of a long march to the battlefield. As I'm pondering these matters, Sachi continues to silently and steadily carry her food to her mouth. Maybe it isn't because I've been eating with Amane and Makina lately, but something about the situation feels oddly unsatisfactory. So, I'm enjoying that.
はい、今日の分も美味しく焼けていると思います。
Yeah, I'm impressed, but put these on a shelf and I think they could pass for something from our bakery.
恐縮です。
When I glance over, I notice that Sachi is currently chewing on a biscuit specked with pebbly black bits. What flavor is that?
ファメベフ。
Fa-fa-fa-fa-fa? Sesame, huh? Looks very decent.
ファベペメマファ？
Fo-fo-fi-fo-me? With those words, she casually sticks her face in my direction with half-eaten shortbread biscuit dangling out of her mouth. Okay, well, if some woman sitting on a park bench next to me suddenly pulled this sort of stunt, I'd probably interpret it as an indicative of a severe chemical imbalance. But we're talking about Sachi here. I doubt she's even aware of how weird this might seem. Most likely, she simply doesn't have any more of the sesame biscuits to share. Are you seriously telling me to take a bite like this?
ファメレコ？
My younger classmate offering me a half-eaten biscuit directly from her mouth, softly mumbles, "Don't you want some?" Usually this would be a pretty saccharine sweet situation, but when she's this completely nonchalant about this whole thing, this mood is pretty much non-existent. Fine. Close your eyes at least. This will be awkward otherwise.
風見さん、見かけによらずウブですね。
Or maybe you're just bizarrely indifferent. Ever think of that? As I'm offering my attempted retort, Sachi gently closes her eyes. I take a bite off the biscuit, carefully leaving a decent buffer zone. The familiar nutty flavor of sesame instantly spreads across my tongue.
どうですか？個人的にはかなりおすすめのフレーバーなのですが。
In her eyes, Sachi asks for my thoughts in a tone of keen curiosity. Yeah, not bad at all. The simple, familiar taste of the biscuit, for one thing. The close-up view of Sachi with her eyes closed, for another. I don't think I can complain on either count. Those are my honest thoughts.
風見さんにも気に入ってもらえてよかったです。
Now that I think about it, I've known Sachi a while now, and I didn't even know about her unusual lunch habits, let alone her birthday. It seems my knowledge of my classmates is even shallower than I had realized.
風見さん
When I looked to my side, Sachi's watched me with an anxious expression on her face.
もしかしてあまりお口に合いませんでしたか？
No, I think I would classify your shortbread as tasty. As portable food goes, I've eaten plenty of truly vile field rations. It would be rude to even compare real military food to this mild, pleasant stuff.
それにしては怖いくらいに真剣な顔をされていましたけど。
I should be used to it by now, but Sachi's perceptiveness still takes me by surprise at times.
もし洗濯物や掃除のことで悩んでいるなら私でもお力になれると思いますが。
No domestic chores are involved.
では
Well, to make it short, Brett, I was thinking that I'd like to become better friends with you, Sachi.
もしかして私今夜のお誘いを受けたのでしょうか？
What? What?
仲良くするという言葉にはそういう意味が含まれている場合があると本で学んだ記憶があります。
I should be used to it by now, but Sachi's talent for seriously warped misinterpretations of my words still takes me by surprise at times. Yeah, sometimes there can be nuance like that, but that's not what I meant just now. Look, we're classmates, alright? Let's set that straight. Just thought it might be nice to learn a little more about you eventually. That's all.
なるほど、そういう意味だったんですか。
Yeah.
それなら私も風見さんと仲良くしたいです。
Great. Out of fact.
はい。
There's a natural smile on Sachi's face as she speaks. If one of my classmates can speak those words to me with an expression like that, maybe I've begun to find a place for myself in the school. When I glance back at Sachi, she's already returned her attention to her meal. She's our class representative and the quiet peacemaker of our group, but above all else, she's something of an unpredictable girl. I'm aware that I don't understand her very well. Even so, I fully meant what I said to her just now. Everyone at this school may be a special case, but surely a little mutual understanding isn't too much to hope for. Anyway, thanks for the meal. Unfortunately, even as I mumble these words to myself, I'm on his unwieldy mass of a lunch-laying ambush awaiting my return. And I will return in the next video. See you guys all later.